Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we're talking about a little copper penny that has caused quite a stir in the numismatic world, the 1983 Lincoln cent. But not just any 1983 penny. This one has a special mint mark, and it recently sold for a jaw-dropping $40,999. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth nearly $41,000. Curious? Stick around because we're going to tell you everything you need to know about this elusive coin, how it became so valuable, and how you can possibly find one in your pocket change. Let's start with a little history lesson. The Lincoln cent, often simply called the penny, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design has seen a few changes over the years, but the iconic image of Lincoln on the front has remained constant. Now, fast forward to 1983. By this time, pennies were no longer made of pure copper. Due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint had switched to a copper-plated zinc composition starting in 1982. This meant that 1983 pennies were supposed to be made of a zinc core with a thin copper coating. But as with many things in life, there are exceptions to the rule. And that's where things get really interesting. So, what makes the 1983 Lincoln cent so special? Well, it all comes down to a minting error, and not just any error. We're talking about the famous 1983 double die reverse penny. A double die error occurs during the minting process when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice. This can create a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin's design, and these coins can be incredibly valuable. In the case of the 1983 penny, the doubling occurred on the reverse side, specifically on the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. But that's not all. Some of these pennies were also mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for the pre-1983 copper coins, rather than the intended zinc ones. So, if you have a 1983 penny that looks like it's made of copper, you might just have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. Close-up of a 1983 double-die reverse penny, highlighting the doubled lettering asterisk. Now, you're probably wondering how to spot one of these valuable 1983 pennies. First, let's talk about weight. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. But if your 1983 penny is made of copper, it should weigh around 3.11 grams. So, you'll need a precise scale to weigh your pennies. Next, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and inspect the reverse side of your penny carefully. Look for any signs of doubling in the inscriptions. If you see any doubling, especially on 1 cent, United States of America, or E pluribus unum, you might have struck gold, well, copper actually. So, how did one of these pennies fetch such a high price? In 2017, a 1983 double-die reverse penny, struck on a copper planchet, was auctioned off for an astonishing $40,999. This penny was in immaculate condition, graded MS-67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. That's an incredibly high grade, and it's one of the reasons this coin sold for such a high price. But even if your penny isn't in mint condition, it can still be worth a lot. Coins in lower grades have also sold for thousands of dollars, depending on the level of doubling and overall condition. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare 1983 pennies? First, make sure to handle your coin carefully. Wear gloves if possible to avoid adding any fingerprints or oils to the surface. Next, get your coin authenticated and graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you a better idea of its value and help you get top dollar if you decide to sell. Also, keep an eye out at garage sales, flea markets, or even in your own coin jar at home. You never know where one of these valuable pennies might be hiding. Visuals of coin jars, flea markets, and someone carefully handling a penny with gloves asterisk, and there you have it, folks. The 1983 Lincoln cent is proof that sometimes it really does pay to stop and pick up a penny. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update, And if you've ever found a rare coin or have a story to share, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear about it. We're diving into a truly fascinating story about one of the most valuable modern pennies ever minted, the 1981 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe it or not, one of these little coins recently sold for a staggering $45,999. That's right! In this video, we're going to explore why this seemingly ordinary penny is worth so much, what makes it unique, and how you might just have one of these hidden treasures in your pocket change right now. So, let's get started. First, a bit of background. The Lincoln penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909. By 1981, the penny had been in circulation for over 7 decades, and billions of them had been minted. So, what makes the 1981 mint mark Lincoln penny stand out? In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these pennies was stamped with a mint mark indicating where it was made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. While most of these pennies were common, a few from the Denver Mint turned out to be incredibly rare and valuable. So, what exactly makes this 1981 Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in its pristine condition and a rare error that occurred during its minting. When coins are minted, they are supposed to be identical, but occasionally, a mistake happens that makes a coin unique. For the 1981 D mint mark penny, a few were struck with an extremely rare double die, a minting error where the image is impressed twice, slightly offset. This double die error creates a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, particularly around the mint mark and the date. The error is subtle, but for keen-eyed collectors, it's a gold mine. Or should I say, a copper mine? So, why did this particular penny sell for nearly $46,000? The value of coins is determined by a few key factors: rarity, demand, and condition. The 1981 D Lincoln penny with the double die error is rare, very few of them exist. Combine that with the fact that this coin was in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, and you've got a recipe for a high auction price. Professional coin graders evaluate these coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, perfect coin. The 1981 penny that sold for $45,999 was graded at an astonishing MS66 red, meaning it was almost perfect and had its original red luster, a characteristic highly prized by collectors. Now, you might be wondering how you can find one of these valuable pennies yourself. Here's what to look for. First, make sure the penny is from 1981 and has the D mint mark from Denver. Next, examine the coin closely for signs of doubling, especially around the date and the mint mark. It might be subtle, so using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can really help. And finally, condition is everything. A penny that has been well preserved, with little to no wear, will always be more valuable than one that has been circulating for decades. Rare coin prices have been steadily increasing over the years, making it a great time to cash in if you have something valuable. But where should you sell a coin like this? Online platforms like eBay can be a good starting point, but for a coin as valuable as this, you'll want to consider professional auction houses that specialize in rare coins. These venues often attract serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for the right piece. Who knew that a humble penny could be worth so much? The 1981 mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how even the smallest pieces of history can carry immense value. So, the next time you're sorting through your pocket change, take a closer look. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting to be discovered. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and collectibles. Did you know that a simple penny in your pocket could be worth $50,000? That's right. A 1980 D Lincoln cent, a coin that most people overlook, has stunned collectors with its immense value. But what makes this penny so special, and how can you tell if you have one? Stick around to find out. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has undergone various changes, including the addition of the D Mint mark, which denotes that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Mint marks are small letters on coins that indicate where they were produced. The D Mint mark on the 1980 Lincoln cent shows that it was minted in Denver, Colorado. The U.S. Mint has several facilities, including those in Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point, each producing coins with unique mint marks. So, what makes the 1980 D Lincoln cent so valuable? It's not just any ordinary penny. This coin is worth a fortune due to a rare mint error. In the world of coin collecting, error coins are highly sought after because they are often one of a kind or extremely limited in number. The 1980 D Lincoln cent in question is a unique error coin, known as a double die. A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once with misalignment, causing the design, especially the date and mint mark, to appear doubled. This particular error significantly increases the coin's value, making it a prized possession for collectors. Now, let's talk about how you can identify whether your 1980 D Lincoln cent is one of these valuable error coins. Here are the key steps. Look closely at the date 1980 and the D Mint mark. If you see any doubling, where the numbers or the letter appear to have a shadow or are slightly offset, you might have a double die error. To catch the details, use a magnifying glass or, even better, a coin microscope. The doubling can be subtle, so magnification is essential. Sometimes, error coins can have multiple mistakes. Check the entire coin for any irregularities, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features. If your penny passes these checks, you could be holding onto a very rare and valuable coin. The 1980 D Lincoln cent with a double die error has seen skyrocketing prices at auctions. In fact, some of these pennies have sold for up to $50,000. The exact value of the coin depends on its condition, known as grade, and the clarity of the error. Coins in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, MS, with a clear and distinct double die, fetch the highest prices. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare finds because they know just how scarce and valuable they are. If you believe you have a valuable 1980 D Lincoln cent, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are well respected in the coin collecting community. They will examine your coin and assign it a grade, which will determine its market value. Once graded, your coin will be placed in a protective holder, preserving its condition and making it easier to sell to collectors. After grading, you have several options for selling your valuable 1980 D Lincoln cent. You can take it to a local coin shop, sell it at a coin show, or list it on online marketplaces like eBay or specialized auction sites. Be sure to do your research and possibly get multiple offers to ensure you get the best price for your coin. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1979 Lincoln cent with a mint mark error, a rare coin that has collectors buzzing. Before we get into what makes this penny so special, let's take a quick look back at the 1979 Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln cent, often called the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, it features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the reverse side showcasing the Lincoln Memorial from 1959 until 2008. By 1979, the Lincoln penny was a familiar sight in American wallets, often overlooked and undervalued as just another piece of pocket change. But as you're about to learn, some of these pennies hold secrets that can turn them into treasure. So, what makes the 1979 penny so special? The answer lies in a tiny detail: the mint mark. Mint marks are small letters on coins that indicate where they were produced. For pennies in 1979, you might find a D for the Denver Mint, or an S for the San Francisco Mint. However, the penny we're talking about today has a very unusual S mint mark. Now, the typical S mint mark from 1979 was quite simple, but a few rare pennies were struck with a mint mark error known as the clear S. This means the S was struck twice, with the second strike being offset, creating a clear and distinct S with a shadowed effect. It's this rare mint mark that sets these pennies apart from millions of others. The discovery of these mint mark errors sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community. At first, only a few examples were known, but as word spread, collectors began hunting through their change and old penny rolls, hoping to find one of these rare treasures. So, why is this coin worth so much? The value comes down to rarity and demand. The 1979 Lincoln penny with the clear S mint mark error is extremely scarce. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unusual coins, and when one is as rare as this, it can command a significant price at auction. One such penny was sold for an astounding $55,000. Now you're probably wondering how you can spot one of these valuable pennies. Here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or, even better, a microscope. You'll want to closely examine the mint mark on any 1979 penny with an S on it. Look for a doubling effect, where the S appears to have been struck twice with a noticeable separation. If you see this, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. But be careful. Some 1979 pennies might look like they have a double strike due to wear or damage, so it's important to get a professional appraisal if you think you've found one. While the $55,000 penny is an exciting find, it's essential to understand the current market. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand and the condition of the coin. As of now, the 1979 Clear S penny remains one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. Prices for these coins can range widely, but those in the best condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch top dollar. If you're a collector, or just curious about the value of your coins, keeping an eye on the latest auctions and market trends is crucial. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Before we wrap up, here are a few final tips. Always handle your coins carefully, and consider getting them graded by a professional if you think they might be valuable. And remember, it's not just 1979 pennies. Many coins with mint mark errors can be worth a lot more than their face value. So, next time you get some change back, take a closer look. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and collectibles. See you next time. We're going to uncover the secrets behind the 1973 Lincoln penny that's making waves in the coin collecting community. Let's jump right in. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this iconic coin has undergone several changes, from its metal composition to subtle design adjustments. However, not all pennies are created equal, and some rare variations have become incredibly valuable to collectors. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Most of these coins are worth no more than their face value, just 1 cent. But as any seasoned collector knows, it's the rare errors and unique mint marks that can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable piece of history. So, what makes a 1973 Lincoln penny worth $60,000? It all comes down to a few key factors: mint marks, errors, and the coin's condition. Let's break these down. First, let's talk about mint marks. In 1973, Lincoln pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia typically don't have a mint mark, while those from Denver have a small d and those from San Francisco have an S. A mint mark can influence a coin's value, but in the case of the 1973 penny, the real value comes from error coins. That's where things get really interesting. Error coins are a collector's dream. These mistakes happen during the minting process, and they can make a coin extremely rare. For the 1973 penny, there are a few specific errors to watch out for. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die, where the design appears to be stamped twice, creating a shadow effect. These are rare because they occur when the coin die itself is misaligned or shifts during the striking process. Another valuable error is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly centered on the coin. The more off-center, the more valuable the penny can be. Finally, condition is everything in coin collecting. Even a rare penny can lose value if it's worn or damaged. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect mint condition. The 1973 penny that sold for $60,000 was in nearly perfect condition, graded at MS 66 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A high grade means the coin has sharp details, no visible wear, and a lustrous finish. So, if you find a 1973 penny with an error in top condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. Now, let's talk about the big one, the 1973 penny that sold for $60,000. This particular coin was discovered by a collector who recognized its potential value due to its pristine condition and rare minting error. When it went up for auction, the bids quickly escalated, and it eventually sold for a staggering $60,000. This sale shocked the numismatic community and brought new attention to the 1973 penny. It's a perfect example of how an everyday object can turn into a valuable collectible with the right characteristics. So, you're probably wondering how you can find one of these valuable 1973 pennies. Here are some tips. Start by looking through your spare change or old coin jars. You never know what you might find. Coin dealers and shows are great places to find and learn about rare coins. Dealers often have a keen eye for spotting valuable errors. If you think you've found a valuable penny, get it professionally graded. This can significantly increase its value. Once graded, you can choose to auction your coin or sell it through online marketplaces like eBay. Make sure to set a reserve price if you're going to auction to protect your investment. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1973 Lincoln penny that could be worth $60,000. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to think that a small piece of history could be hiding in your pocket. So, next time you come across a 1973 penny, take a closer look, you might just strike it rich. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and share this video with your friends. Who knows, they might have a valuable penny too. It's worth a staggering $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. But what makes this coin so special? Why would anyone pay such a fortune for it? Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover the secrets behind the 1972 mint mark Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, commemorating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For over a century, these small copper coins have passed through the hands of millions, often overlooked and underappreciated. But as any coin collector will tell you, not all pennies are created equal. Some are worth far more than their face value, and the 1972 Lincoln penny is a prime example. In 1972, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies at its Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco facilities. Most of these coins were ordinary, but a few, just a few, were struck with a remarkable error that would elevate them to legendary status among collectors. The key to the 1972 penny's extraordinary value lies in a rare minting error known as doubling. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly between strikes, creating a doubled image on the coin's surface. This error is most noticeable in the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1972. While most 1972 pennies look perfectly normal, the ones with this doubling error are anything but. The doubling is clear and distinct, making these coins highly sought after by collectors. But not all double-die pennies are worth the same. The 1972 penny we're talking about is classified as 1972 double-die averse, die 1, the most valuable variety. So why would someone pay $65,000 for a penny? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The 1972 double-die obverse is incredibly rare, with estimates suggesting that only a few thousand exist. Even fewer are in pristine, uncirculated condition, the kind of condition that fetches top dollar at auctions. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A 1972 double-die obverse penny graded as mint state 65 or higher is exceptionally rare, and it's these top-grade coins that can reach the astronomical price of $65,000. Now you might be wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies in my collection? The good news is that with a bit of knowledge, you can easily identify a 1972 double-die obverse penny. Here's what to look for. First, examine the date 1972. If you see clear doubling of the numbers, that's a promising sign. Next, check the word Liberty. The doubling should be most evident in the letters L and I. Finally, look at the phrase "In God We Trust." Doubling here is often the most pronounced and easiest to spot. If your penny shows these signs, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The market for rare pennies is thriving, with collectors and investors always on the lookout for these hidden treasures. Online auction sites, coin shops, and even dedicated coin shows are great places to buy and sell rare coins. But remember, not all 1972 pennies with doubling are worth $65,000. The value depends on the severity of the doubling, the coin's condition, and the current demand among collectors. If you're looking to sell, it's essential to have your coin authenticated and graded by a reputable service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. This will give potential buyers confidence in your coin's authenticity and condition, ensuring you get the best possible price. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth $65,000? The 1972 Lincoln penny with the double-die error is a perfect example of how even the smallest and most ordinary things can hold incredible value. So, the next time you come across some loose change, take a closer look. You might just find a treasure hiding in plain sight. Thanks for joining me on this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing stories like this. Happy collecting! It's worth a staggering $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. But what makes this coin so special? Why would anyone pay such a fortune for it? Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover the secrets behind the 1972 mint mark Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, commemorating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For over a century, these small copper coins have passed through the hands of millions, often overlooked and underappreciated. But as any coin collector will tell you, not all pennies are created equal. Some are worth far more than their face value, and the 1972 Lincoln penny is a prime example. In 1972, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies at its Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco facilities. Most of these coins were ordinary, but a few, just a few, were struck with a remarkable error that would elevate them to legendary status among collectors. The key to the 1972 penny's extraordinary value lies in a rare minting error known as doubling. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly between strikes, creating a doubled image on the coin's surface. This error is most noticeable in the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1972. While most 1972 pennies look perfectly normal, the ones with this doubling error are anything but. The doubling is clear and distinct, making these coins highly sought after by collectors. But not all double-die pennies are worth the same. The 1972 penny we're talking about is classified as 1972 double-die obverse, die 1, the most valuable variety. So, why would someone pay $65,000 for a penny? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The 1972 double-die obverse is incredibly rare, with estimates suggesting that only a few thousand exist. Even fewer are in pristine, uncirculated condition, the kind of condition that fetches top dollar at auctions. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A 1972 double-die obverse penny graded as mint state 65 or higher is exceptionally rare, And it's these top-grade coins that can reach the astronomical price of $65,000. Now you might be wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies in my collection? The good news is that with a bit of knowledge, you can easily identify a 1972 double-die obverse penny. Here's what to look for. First, examine the date 1972. If you see clear doubling of the numbers, that's a promising sign. Next, check the word Liberty. The doubling should be most evident in the letters L and I. Finally, look at the phrase "In God We Trust." Doubling here is often the most pronounced and easiest to spot. If your penny shows these signs, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The market for rare pennies is thriving, with collectors and investors always on the lookout for these hidden treasures. Online auction sites, coin shops, and even dedicated coin shows are great places to buy and sell rare coins. But remember, not all 1972 pennies with doubling are worth $65,000. The value depends on to have an exciting topic that could literally put some extra cash in your pocket. We're diving into the world of the 1971 Lincoln cent, specifically, a rare version of this seemingly ordinary penny that has shocked the coin collecting world with its incredible value. How does a penny end up being worth a staggering $70,000? Stick around, and we'll break down everything you need to know. Before we get into the specifics of the 1971 Lincoln cent, let's take a brief look at the history of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin replaced the Indian head penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a president on its obverse, setting a trend that would continue to this day. The Lincoln cent has gone through various design changes, especially on the reverse, but the obverse has largely remained the same, featuring the iconic image of the 16th President of the United States. For decades, millions of these pennies have been produced each year. So, what makes a 1971 Lincoln cent so special? The 1971 Lincoln cent might seem like just another penny at first glance, but there are some important details that make this year's minting stand out. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark; Denver, D Mint Mark; and San Francisco, S Mint Mark. The majority of these pennies were made from copper, with the standard weight being 3.11 grams. However, amidst the millions of pennies minted that year, a few extraordinary coins emerged that have become the stuff of legend among coin collectors. These rare pennies aren't your typical pocket change. They're a coin collector's dream. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. What makes a 1971 Lincoln cent worth up to $70,000? The answer lies in a rare mint error, a double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's die, the tool used to strike the design onto the blank coin, has been engraved with a slightly off-center or doubled design. This doubling is usually most evident in the coin's text, such as "Liberty, in God We Trust," or the date 1971. The doubling on these particular pennies is distinct and easily noticeable, even without magnification. For the 1971 penny, this error was discovered in a small number of coins, and it dramatically increased their value. Coin collectors and numismatists go wild over these errors because they are rare and represent a mistake in the minting process that shouldn't have happened. Identifying a 1971 double-die obverse penny is crucial if you want to cash in on one of these treasures. Here's how to spot 1:1. The first place to check for doubling is the date. If the numbers appear doubled or blurry, you might be onto something. 2. The word "Liberty" on the coin is another key area where doubling may be noticeable. Look for any overlapping or shadowed letters. 3. This motto across the top of the coin is another hotspot for doubling. Carefully inspect the letters for any signs of doubling or distortion. 4. While some doubling can be seen with the naked eye, a magnifying glass will help you get a closer look and confirm whether the coin shows the signs of a double die. If you think you've found a 1971 double die penny, it's a good idea to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. They can verify the coin's authenticity and give it a grade, which will help you determine its exact market value. So, just how much can these pennies be worth? The value of a 1971 double-die obverse Lincoln cent can range widely depending on its condition and grading. As of today, the highest price paid for a 1971 double-die penny is a whopping $70,000. This record-breaking sale was for a coin that was graded MS67RD, Mint State 67 Red, which is a top-tier grade indicating the coin was in nearly perfect condition with its original copper-red color intact. However, even pennies in lower grades can fetch impressive prices. For example, a coin graded MS64 might still sell for several $1,000s. The market for these rare coins is hot, and prices have been known to increase over time as more collectors seek to complete their sets with these rare pieces. While the 1971 double-die obverse penny is the star of the show, there are other 1971 Lincoln cents that can be worth more than their face value. Proof pennies from 1971, especially those with the S Mint mark, can also hold significant value, particularly if they are in pristine condition or exhibit any unique errors. Even regular 1971 pennies that don't have any errors can be valuable if they are in exceptional condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher can sell for much more than their face value. If you've discovered a 1971 Lincoln cent with a possible error, or just one in excellent condition, you might be wondering how to sell it. Here are some steps you can take. As mentioned earlier, having your coin graded by a professional service is crucial. This will authenticate the coin and give it a grade, making it easier to sell at the right price. Work with a coin dealer who has a good reputation and experience with rare coins. They can give you an accurate appraisal and may even buy the coin from you. Rare coins like the 1971 double-die obverse penny often perform well at auctions. Consider auction houses that specialize in coins to reach a wide audience of collectors. Websites like eBay and other numismatic forums can be great places to sell your coin. However, make sure you're dealing with reputable buyers and consider setting a reserve price to ensure you don't undersell your treasure. So, there you have it. The story of the 1971 Lincoln cent that could be worth $70,000 or more. Next time you come across a penny in your change, take a moment to give it a closer look. You might just discover a hidden gem that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories and valuable collecting tips. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found any rare coins, or if you think you might have a 1971 double-die penny in your collection. Severity of the doubling, the coin's condition, and the current demand among collectors. If you're looking to sell, it's essential to have your coin authenticated and graded by a reputable service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. This will give potential buyers confidence in your coin's auth. We're diving deep into the world of coin collecting. If you've got some spare change lying around, it's time to grab those pennies and take a closer look because you might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket. In this video, we're going to talk about a 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a staggering $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000 for a single penny. Stick around to find out what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and why collectors are willing to pay such an incredible price. First, let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, while the reverse originally featured two wheat stalks, commonly known as the wheat penny. However, in 1959, the reverse design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial in honor of the 150th anniversary of his birth. The year 1968 was significant because the U.S. Mint resumed the use of mint marks, which indicate where the coin was minted. The D Mint mark, found on our penny in question, stands for the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific coin-producing mints in the country. While millions of pennies were produced that year, only a few have the qualities that make them incredibly valuable today. So, what makes this seemingly ordinary penny worth $75,000? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and specific errors that occurred during its production. First, the most crucial factor is the condition of the coin. In the world of numismatics, the study of coins, the condition of a coin is graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A coin in mint state condition, especially in grades MS67 or higher, can fetch a premium price. But for the 1968 D penny, there's more to the story. Another key aspect is rarity. Even though millions of 1968 D pennies were minted, only a few were preserved in pristine condition. Most coins from this period were circulated heavily, causing wear and tear. But those that remained untouched or were only lightly handled can be extremely rare and valuable today. But here's the kicker: what really sets some 1968 D pennies apart are minting errors. These errors can include things like double die obverse, where the image or text is accidentally struck twice, causing a doubling effect. Coins with such errors are like jackpots for collectors, especially when combined with a high mint state grade. Now, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? Let's break it down step by step. Make sure the coin is from 1968 and has a D mint mark under the date. Is your penny shiny and free of scratches or other blemishes? A higher grade condition significantly increases the coin's value. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect the coin. Pay special attention to any doubling in the text or the image of Lincoln. If you find anything unusual, you might have something special. If you think you've got a high-quality penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make all the difference when it comes to selling your coin. So, what's the current market value for a 1968 D penny in mint condition? As of now, collectors have been willing to pay up to $75,000 for a penny with the right combination of high grade and significant errors. The coin market is always evolving, and prices can fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and overall condition. Imagine finding one of these coins in your spare change and realizing it could be worth a small fortune. That's why it's always a good idea to check your coins before spending them. If you're new to coin collecting or just curious, here are a few tips to get you started. Learn as much as you can about coins, especially US coins. There are plenty of resources online and in libraries. You don't need to spend a lot of money to start collecting. Begin by going through your spare change or visiting local coin shops. Keep your coins in a safe place and avoid handling them too much. Use gloves or hold them by the edges to prevent damage. Coin collecting can be more fun with others. Join online forums or local clubs to share knowledge and find good deals. Rare coins don't show up every day, so be patient. Building a valuable collection takes time. And there you have it, folks! The 1968 D penny is a reminder that even the smallest coins can hold big surprises. So, the next time you get a penny in your change, take a closer look. It might just be worth $75,000. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to your channel name for more fascinating insights into the world of coin collecting. Also, let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin in your pocket change. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting.